Hello guys and welcome for the very last time in my sister's company today for The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies. How are you?
Fine.
Okay. What do you expect? Are you ready? The Battle of the Five Armies. Have you reflected upon the title of this very last installment of the six-parter journey that we've been on?
First of all, I'm very excited to see this movie, and I expect that there was Army of Dwarves. That's my first theory, and I think it's not the right one, but the more clear for me.
Okay, the less difficult story.
Yes.
We would say. So the five armies, still don't know, still have no idea.
I think I thought about it and I have no idea.
Okay.
Yet.
What do you expect was going to happen so with Smaug and Thorin, Erebor, Gandalf also? A lot of trouble to resolve in this last movie.
A lot of battles and maybe Thorin will have Erebor at the end. And the men were in the village on the lake.
Which is called Lake Town. As simple as it goes. Just like Goblin City.
Will play a part in this story, I think.
Okay.
He will do. I hope he will do what his ancestor did.
Yeah, which was killing the dragon with a black arrow. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. Just a bit of information for you guys, because some of you have been wondering. I most probably will be reacting on this channel to the Lord of the Ring Amazon Prime series that's gonna come next year, because I plan on being here next year too. So very, very probable. I don't want to say that I'm going to, because you never know. But be certain that if not a reaction, I will be reviewing the thing, or, because, Any last words to say before we jump into this very last movie?
I hope you will enjoy watching this video.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. The full length action is available on Patreon. Link down below in the description box. Thank you very much for having followed this journey, the 3 movies to the Lord of the Rings with us, these 3 movies of The Hobbit. Thank you very much for being so welcoming to her. And we're going to jump right in. Let's go.
Faster now! I'm trying to evacuate myself here! Never mind the books! Get on!
Never mind the books. I have to say that shot is really cool.
Smoke. Yes.
Yeah.
Just wants to destroy everything. The advantage that it's a city on the lake, so if you are burning, you can go in the water.
If only we could take more of these poor people with us, but they're hardly worth it.
Terrible people.
We need to dump something. Quite right, Alfred.
It's going to be beautiful.
Good idea.
I mean, it could have died. Strangled. Would have been terrible death.
He has no chance.
He hit the dragon.
What?
He has no chance if he uses this disarm.
He needs to use the black arrow. Get the black arrow, dump your son.
stand against me.
It talks!
What will you do now, Bowman? Tell me,
You're gonna see the string of.
Yes.
how now should you
No, don't fall here. Yes.
He almost was out.
Smaug is dead.
I forgot that he was here.
Yes, he was beaten. So I'm just gonna say it now, like, you can imagine people who saw the desolation of Smaug with the cliffhanger, and then Smaug just dies in the next movie in the first 10 minutes.
Yes, it's true.
It was Bard! He killed the dragon! I saw it with my own eyes! He brought the beast down! Shot him dead with a black arrow!
It's always like that. I saw him! It was him! Yes! Yes! Oh, fuck you.
To the Dragon Slayer! I have said it many times!
Yeah.
No,
This is a man of noble stock! Think of the children! Of the children!
he's a victim.
Children. It's like the easy way out. Think of the children. What the?
Have you not had your fill of death?
Stop! Stop! You need to leave. Thorin, he's been down there for days. He doesn't sleep. He barely eats. Is this place? I think a sickness lies on it. Sickness?
He became fool.
You became what?
Fool.
What do you mean by fool?
A little bit crazy.
Yes, he just became crazy. It's not a word fool. Yes, he's a little gone cuckoo.
Gold.
Oh,
Yes.
Gold beyond measure. Welcome, my sister's sons, to the kingdom of Erebor.
Yeah, he sounds totally sane.
yes.
The Arkenstone is in these halls. Find it.
So he has it.
Yes, he does.
Ardabir Undabatul. Magragnak.
You remember what he had here?
Not this. It was a crochet, je sais pas comment ça se dit.
A hook. Somewhat of a hook,
Yes, change it.
yeah. Can you imagine just changing the
Yes.
thing?
Ouch.
Asom Sreya Kulukumpugaluskura. Naskashu. Magargunas.
So he has a ring. Why she's here? How she came here?
I come for Mithrandir. If you try to stop me, I will destroy you.
She's so creepy and powerful. And so strong.
Yes. Like you said, she is.
The boss.
I mean, she just obliterated the guy. Gundumishi Bagu.
For mortal men doomed to die.
Ashi. Borzomishi.
Yay!
Are you in need of assistance, my lady?
Saruman.
Should have stayed dead.
This isn't it cool?
Does he has a ring too?
Who?
Saruman.
No. Saruman is. He's got skills.
He's a little bit late. Oh, okay.
Don't say it twice.
You have no power here.
Is this the light she gave to Frodo in the Lord of the Rings?
Kind of, yeah. This is one of my favorite scenes ever.
Sauron, dude.
Go now. Leave Sauron to me.
Traitor.
We gotta discuss this. Gandalf on a horse! I'm sorry. We don't lose old habits.
Nothing gets past me.
Yeah.
Except an army of elves, it would seem.
He heard nothing.
To be fair, elves are really...
Quiet.
Yeah, to be fair. But... really, really quiet.
They are always too much.
My Lord Frandil.
I did not come on your behalf. I came to reclaim something of mine.
Yeah. I say it's fair.
Let me speak with Thorin.
You would try to reason with the dwarf.
To avoid war? Yes.
But this dwarf is a little bit not good in communication and negotiations. Oh.
I'm listening. Because you gave us your word.
Okay.
Let me make an evil exit.
Be gone! Ere our arrows fly!
So he refused.
We have reclaimed Erebor. Now, we defend it.
Everyone disagree, but says nothing. I don't understand.
He is supposed to be the king.
Why? Why would he risk war?
Because he's a dwarf. Doesn't give a damn about that.
You're going to need this. Mithra. It was called by my forebears.
It's the one in the Lord of the Ring.
One of them has taken it.
Oh.
I will not part.
Just punch him in the face.
To war!
They're only 12, 13. Gandalf left, and it's, when he came back, it's chaos, like war.
What are you talking about?
I can see you know nothing of wizards. But sometimes a storm is just a storm. These orc armies you speak of, Mithrandir, where are they?
Very close.
And as a filmmaker, this is where I say thank you very much for the exposition.
These bats are bred for one purpose.
Kill.
For war.
Close enough, I guess.
Oh. Oh.
Because the orcs from the Moria weren't enough. We're getting those from good and bad now.
They are horrible creatures.
They're gonna be pretty breathless when they arrive at Erebor.
I came to give you this.
Ooh.
It's so aggressive.
Next one between your eyes.
We have this.
The Arkenstone is in this mountain! It is a trick!
It's no trick. The stone is real.
Oh, you're gonna die, Bilbo. Just run for your life.
The dwarf I met in Bag End would never have gone back on his word.
He's lost.
Throw him from the rampart!
Even they were like, what?
I will do it myself! Curse you! If you don't let my burglar! Then please, don't damage him. Return him to me. By my oath, I will kill you all!
Your oath means nothing. I've heard enough.
I mean, he's really trying Thranduil's patience.
Yes.
Thranduil is being really reasonable, I have to say.
Yes, it's not usual. He's just waiting that he's changed her mind, but he seems not agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
I will have war.
Go away, Bilbo. Save your life.
Ironfoot.
Who are they? Oh, it's an army of dwarves. Oh,
I've always found Thorin the more reasonable of the two.
oh.
Good morning. How are we all? I have a wee proposition, if you wouldn't mind giving me a few moments of your time. If he chooses to stand between me and my kin, I'll split his pretty head open.
Very reasonable. So that's 3 armies: the men, the elves, and the dwarves.
The men, the elves, the dwarves.
Maybe
See
the
how far
orcs.
they get.
But what is the last one?
Pointy princess.
Pointy head princess. Notes.
This is madness!
I mean, the dwarves are charging. What do you want him to do? I mean,
And Gandalf seems upset because he just wants to stop them.
look at that.
Oh. What is that?
Hey, how do you like that? The old twiddly whiddlies.
There we are. The battle of the 4 armies. I love the 3 armies right now. I love the 2 armies, just the elves and the dwarves, in fact.
Werewolves.
that is that.
Oh, come on!
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh. I mean, the orcs always do something like grand, like it's always, whoa.
And they always have creatures that
Yeah.
never known. Iron Army.
What?
The Iron Army.
The Iron Army.
So the elves don't fight.
Good timing, Army. Good timing. So, 3 armies. Now cheerleaders.
Yes.
I felt it coming to me.
Oh.
He's trying to cut us off.
Just do something, Gandalf, please. I don't think Bilbo is the more useful in this war. For now.
Love that shot. They're really doing kamikaze missions.
Yes. They always have one creature for one using. Like one to destroy the wall, one to destroy the Charles.
You remember in Helm's Deep, the one that ran with the torch and
Yes.
got exploded. Goodness.
He could have killed him.
Yeah, definitely. Look at Thranduil fighting on the top of the elk.
Thorin.
Oh, look at this one. Oh, it's disgusting. Sorry. What?
Thorin doesn't go out to fight.
I mean, the elk itself is fighting. Look at this. No! Not the elk.
Oh. The elves are so higher than everyone. I like it.
I mean, the overall choreography is fantastic.
Lots of work.
We need him! Where is he?
Thorin. He asked for Thorin.
What is the Fifth Army? Where is she?
Will you follow me? One last time.
For sure.
He's back.
Yes.
Diga Shuli. Shuli. John, who?
Yes.
It's cool.
Yes.
I mean, my question though is, where was that bell?
Is it no? It's not the Fifth Army.
What?
It's not the Fifth Army. No. I like this shot. Everything is very well thinking.
That beast is disgusting.
Yes.
You got it. Oh my goodness. looks like Santa Claus.
I like it.
Oof.
Yes.
Took me a little while to say. I mean, the goats really go for it, guess. Oh! Pretty graphic.
Yes.
I am too old for this.
Twiddle with the top. Yeah. I mean, it's a terrible.
Death.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's taking his best warriors to cut the head off the snake.
Yes.
He's like the boss to fight. Because everybody's on the battlefield except for him. Even Thranduil is fighting.
Yes.
Goblin mercenaries. No more than 100. We'll take care of them.
This is the 5th Army.
Nah. They're with the orcs.
Sorry?
They're with the orcs. And less than 100, I'm not sure it makes for an army.
No. I'm almost sad for him.
Oh.
No.
He said pull, not push. It's ridiculous.
Ouch.
By Durin!
No, he's not. There you go, cousin.
You know where you can stick that.
You will regret it.
Who would regret it?
The Azog.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Don't distract him.
Yes.
Oh, don't get distracted.
Yes. Ouch.
Yes.
Oh. He has too many weapons.
Did you notice the sword?
Sorry?
Did you notice the sword? Oh.
Oh. I didn't saw it. No.
It's the sword that Legolas took from him.
Yes,
The one
that
that
when he said that he just get it for as a gift.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the 5th Army.
No. Is it still the orcs? They're just too many orcs.
The orcs are so aggressive. Oh, he's in a bad posture.
Look at this.
Just to finish him.
Cool.
Yes. Run for your life. Oh. Oh, sure. He's never going to die.
Easy. It's a strategy.
Let's hold the battle.
What?
Was not here hold the battle.
What?
Here.
What?
Bilbo. He was sleeping all the battle.
Yes.
During the battle.
Oh, he was not
sleeping.
here during the battle. Okay.
He was
I didn't
sleeping.
understand. Sorry.
No, 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 Thorin.
They're all dead.
All the sons.
Find the Dunedain. There's a young ranger amongst them. His father, Arathon, was a good man. His son might grow to be a great one.
He named Arathon.
Hmm?
He said Arathon.
Did you expect anyone to die in this movie, or...?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I mean, any of the main characters?
No.
Okay. In the three that should not have died,
Yes.
died.
Died.
Magic rings should not be used lightly, but I know you found one in the goblin tunnels, and I've kept my eye on you ever since.
I love Gandalf's faces.
Yes.
I love them.
Who is this person you pledged your service to? Thorin Oakenshield.
He was my friend.
Oh.
No, thank you.
And what about very old friends?
Dear God,
Good to see you.
The final adventure of Bilbo Baggins. Well, chronologically not, but... What did you think of the last movie?
I was not expecting that.
Expecting what?
The death of Thorin
Okay.
and all his just
Nephews?
yes. That Gandalf led the ring to Bilbo. That Gandalf knows that he has the ring, but I think he doesn't know that he has the ring of power. He knows that?
No, that's the thing. He knows that Bilbo has a ring, but he doesn't know that this is the one ring. That's why he left it to him.
Okay. And
Well, left it to him because Bilbo told him that he lost it. But, so obviously, I'm not, when theorizing here and, reviewing stuff, I'm not taking into account the books exactly because obviously with the movie, there's some things that have been changed from the movie, so I'm only talking about the movies.
Okay.
For what has been established in the movies. And regarding what has been here established in movies, it is unsure if Gandalf believes Bilbo or not, regarding the fact that he lost the ring or not.
Okay. Yeah, after that, I was surprised that Gandalf has one of the power ring.
Yes.
But I don't understand where it come from.
Yeah, so there are 3 elven rings.
Yes.
So you know that now Gandalf is one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where the other 2 are?
Elrond
Yes.
and Galadriel.
Yes. So, funnily enough, the whole 3 rings were there during the White Council in the very first movie, and all 3 rings were there at Dol Guldur at the same time. If you remember in the Lord of the Rings, so now I'm going to refer to the books. So first of all, let's end with the movie, and then we're going to discuss the Lord of the Ring in general and do a review of the universe, since this is our very last video together regarding the Lord of the Rings. Continuing the movie, what else would you like to say?
I didn't understand which is the 5th army.
Yes. So we have
The elves,
Mhm.
the dwarves, the orcs, the men, and I don't know.
and the 5th army are the eagles that come at the end.
Oh,
The eagles, and more generally nature, the beasts are the 5th army, but most specifically the eagles are the 5th army, because I didn't tell you this after we watched the Lord of the Rings, but the eagles are considered as a kingdom.
okay.
The eagle that Gandalf always rides is the king of the eagles, and the eagles, much like the wizards, are in fact somewhat of demigods, archangels if you wish. So they're in fact this particular kind of beings also in the Tolkien universe.
Okay.
So they are the 5th army.
Okay.
So this one you couldn't have guessed, I suppose. But yeah, they are the eagles at the end. And they kind of saved the game because people were starting to get outnumbered.
That's really pretty. It's not my favorite one of the
Okay.
Hobbit movies. But I like the action and the shots and all the choreographies of the battles and everything. It was very beautiful, but if I'm just watching the story or what happened in the movie, is not my favorite one. Like Smoke died at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So which one of the 3 of the Hobbit movies did you prefer?
The second one.
Second one was your
Yes.
favorite? Okay.
Yes.
Then I suppose the first one and then the third one? Or
Yes.
the third one and then the first one?
The first one and after the third
And
one.
after the third. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly what my ranking would be. But maybe I would... I don't know. I don't know, because I'm a sucker for the White Council, and I believe that what happened in Dol Guldur and everything was fantastic with Galadriel and everything. So maybe just for this movie deserves a special recognition, but I don't know exactly how I would rank them. So in the movie we've had, Bard, how everything was going on, Thorin. So did you expect Thorin to get this mad, or...
Yes, I was
This
expecting.
mad.
Yes, I was expecting that.
And so I obviously didn't mention it when we watched Desolation of Smaug, but what did you think about the Arkansas? Did you think at the time that Bilbo had taken it, or not? Did you think that it had
No.
been lost until that moment?
I thought Yes, it was lost.
Okay.
And someone just took it. And I was asking myself where it is now, because it was the elves and the human that has it.
If you remember during the scene where they were paying homage to Thorin and
Yes.
Kilian and Kilian, Thorin was holding, yeah. So, yes, it was returned to to the dwarves. Because I suppose then the dwarves, well, Thorin was dead, but even if he had been alive, I believe that he would have been okay, to share the gold and the jewels and everything as he promised in the beginning. And so obviously the stone will be returned to him later. So regarding this movie, do you know now where it takes place? Because when we watched the first movie, you were not sure when the very beginning of the movie where we have Bilbo and Frodo, you were not sure exactly where this was taking place or when this was taking place. Do you know now?
Yes, before the adventure of the Lord of the Ring.
Yeah.
And at the end we saw a scene, I think it's the first scene when Gandalf came to see Bilbo.
Yes, that's
in
it.
the Lord of the Ring.
That's it. When in an unexpected journey, when Bilbo asks Frodo to hang the sign on the door, this is the sign that you see in the Lord of the Rings, obviously, when Gandalf first comes. And then obviously the end that we had here is the first time that Gandalf comes in the Lord of the Rings to celebrate Bilbo's birthday. So it's connecting that way. So I find it quite funny that we get to have the other side, just what was Bilbo doing just when Gandalf came. He was
Hanging the ring.
About the ring. And it's funny that when we leave, story-wise, Peter Jackson and the writers decided to end Bilbo, not Bilbo cozy in his house or anything. It was Bilbo holding and looking at the ring, and then we cut to old Bilbo who's still holding the ring. So you see that kind of toll that gets upon him. I'm not exactly sure how long, it took Gollum to be obsessed with the ring, because obviously during 60 years Bilbo did not get to the point of being Gollum-like. But yeah, he's kept it for 60 years now, and that was basically the adventure of Bilbo Baggins. Yeah. And so yes, in the books it's a lot merrier, it's a lot lighter, there's not all that dark part with Sauron and everything. It's just really a merry adventure. They all go on the trip. So Middle-earth now, the Lord of the Ring, review of your experience as a whole. What did you think of the
Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
It's a huge universe, like with all the characters and the I don't know how to say that. It's a huge, yes. It's a huge universe with all the characters and all the different people, the men, the elves, the dwarves, the hobbit, and it's more darker than the Hobbit, and I think I would have preferred to start with the Hobbit and after the Lord of the Ring, because maybe I more understand the movies, but
most probably yes.
But I think it's very beautiful job in the movies, because everything just is very singular. I don't know how to say that.
It's very what?
Singular, like
singular, yeah.
And that's just the identity of this movie. Like you know that when you talk, there's things like are really, I don't know how to say that, like the ring, like they are specialties that can just be linked to the Lord of the Ring. And
Yeah,
that
they
makes
are-
the universe, like there are specific things.
Yeah, when you watch The Lord of the Rings and when you watch The Hobbit, there are things that echoes one another, and so it binds. All of this is what you mean. Yeah, most definitely. How would you? I would not ask you to rank it regarding other universes, but compare maybe to other universes that you may know. Harry Potter. What else is there out there? Really, I don't know. You've not seen Star Wars. We've not finished watching Star Wars together, but from what you've seen of Star Wars, from what you've seen of The Lord of the Rings, do you have a universe that you may prefer or not, or is this a universe that you really enjoy, or just that you would casually enjoy, or are you interested to know more, or you're just okay as it is, or?
I'm very huge Harry Potter fan. Like I like the universe, but to see the Lord of the Ring and the Hobbits, maybe I should say that I prefer this universe. It's very difficult for me to admit it because Harry Potter is in my heart, but yes, I prefer this universe of not the stories, only the universe, like all the things in these books. Yes, I prefer it.
Would you say that you would be, that you're definitely or just interested or may just watch the series that's coming next year? Yes.
I will watch it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure, because I'm very interested to see how they made a story in the universe of Middle Earth. And yes, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to watch the series and watch the movies again.
Yes, because you mentioned that, off camera in between. Because obviously when we do reactions, and not only when you watch it casually, there's already a lot to back in, but especially when you're doing a reaction, sometimes you talk, sometimes I talk, sometimes I ask you questions, sometimes you ask me questions. And since I don't know if you're going to watch them in English or not, but since English is not our first language, there are some things that we may miss or things like that. So so I don't know if maybe when you watch them again, we'll do a follow-up or not. I don't know if this is going to be worth it, but I do believe that now that you know the stories, now that you know the characters, now that you know extra detail, you may be able to catch indeed upon, first of all, understanding the story better, and then catching things that the director and the writers may have done to, like you said, bind the stories a little more together and everything. Because it's quite, when you know, it's quite fun to spot them. When you don't know, it's just, you're not missing on really, but it's just. So regarding the rings, Galadriel has a ring, Elrond has a ring, Gandalf has a ring. So what I want to say first is, if you remember in the first movie of The Lord of the Rings, when Arwen carries Frodo to Rivendell, she's pursued by the ring wraiths, and they stop at a river, and she provokes the river to overflow and to take away the Nazgûl. In the books, this is basically Elrond that does that.
Okay. In
the movies, they make it seem as if this is Arwen that does this, but in fact, in the books, it is. I don't exactly. Maybe it's in the appendices of the books, but they explain that this is Elrond who has laid a spell around Rivendell with the power of the ring that he has. Okay. So the elven rings basically are made around the idea of protection and everything. So he's used his ring to have Rivendell protected and everything. The fact that the moon always shines on Rivendell is because of the ring. It is a sign that the fact that it is always beautiful in Rivendell and everything it is taken as the sign that there is one of the rings of power that is there.
I think that in the movies they were very light about Elrond and all the rings. Like, you don't really get it if you don't know it, that they have a ring.
Yeah.
And maybe in the books it's be more clear, but I understand that in one movie you can just develop all the parts because it's may be too long.
Yeah, you'd rather not talk about it because there's already a lot to pack in. The movie is already 3 hours long, so it's just so you don't get people confused about maybe unnecessary detail. But yes, so Elrond has a ring. Well, in the Lord of the Ring movies, Galadriel says, this is Nenya, the Ring of Adamant. She presents it. And so in the Lord of the Rings, it's never mentioned or referenced, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously in this movie, so they reveal that Gandalf has one of the rings of power, the Ring of Fire. In fact, it was given to him by the elf to whom it was given first. The elf that had this Ring of Power, in fact, when Gandalf first arrived in Middle-earth, decided to give it to Gandalf because the elf that had it thought that Gandalf would have better use of it than him. So that's why Gandalf has one. And so that's why also Gandalf is very close to the elves and everything. And so I don't know if this is exactly said in the books, but I do believe that also is one of the factors that made kind of a rivalry between Saruman and Gandalf, because Saruman in these movies, and at the time, obviously, Saruman was not evil. He was really one of the leader of the wizards and a good wizard and everything. But he was kind of jealous of Gandalf for being so close to the elves and having one of the rings of powers and everything. It was not so much about having the ring of power, but it was about the fact that he would be entrusted with such a thing. And so the most powerful ring of power out of the elven rings are the most powerful rings, I would say, if I'm not mistaken. And the most powerful one is Elrond's.
Okay.
Elrond's ring is the most powerful of the three. So that's about it. Like I told you, so it's funny because wizards in the movies and in the books in general are just considered as people who just wanderers here and there. We take counsel from them, but we respect them in a way, but they're not considered really as the half demigods, archangels as they are really. Because I told you, that Gandalf was 2,700 years old, something like that. In fact, it's the age that he was in Middle-earth. But before coming to Middle-earth, like all the archangels, demigods, he was kind of like a spirit that was created at the creation of the universe, somewhat. So that's the idea. That's funny. We also say in this movie, Sauron is the big bad guy. I don't know if you remember when Galadriel sent Sauron back. She called him Servant of Morgoth. Morgoth is in fact the big bad guy of the Lord of the Rings universe. In fact, he's, like I told you, they are kind of the demigods. Gandalf is, and the other wizards are of that kind, even Radagast. And so is Sauron, and above them there are what you could refer to as gods, if you will. And Morgoth is one of these gods, if you will.
Sauron.
And he is the master even of Sauron.
Okay.
So Morgoth has been defeated way, way long ago, but Sauron was serving him, really. So Sauron is not the big bad guy. The big bad guy is Morgoth, but we don't see him in the movies because he's already been defeated and everything. But
They talked about it in the books.
Yeah, in the books, in the Silmarillion, I believe. Okay. They don't really talk about him in the Hobbits and the Lord of the Rings. Maybe name drop him, but it's really talked about in the Silmarillion, which is really the mythology and the creation of the world and everything. And obviously there are things here and there that they drop sometimes. But yes, I don't know if you have any big remarks regarding the universe, any underlying questions or...
I like the elves.
Yeah.
Yes, really much, because they are higher than everything. Like it's a really great job of the actors. Like they are too much in everything. Like the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they watch the others, the way they fight. I'm sure even the way they hit is higher than everybody, and I like this aspect that they had to do nothing to be the best. I don't know how to say that. They have no efforts to give to be the best. Yeah. They are just, it's just the fact that they are higher than everything, than everybody. It makes me laugh a lot.
Historically, in the universe of the Lord of the Rings, yet again, there are the race of the elves have kind of been favored by the gods and the archangels. They're like you know, some of them were born in the Undying Lands, like Galadriel. Galadriel was born in the Undying Lands. I checked and everything, and she came to Middle Earth after some other elves did. And so they lived with the gods for a time. Then things happened. They've fallen out of favor. Then the gods forgave them. Some of the elves came back to the Undying Lands. Some others, like the ones that we see in the movies, didn't. But yeah, they kind of were the little favorites of the gods. Yes. Out of all the races. So
yes.
So you could imagine why. But yeah, they have this thing about being really precious and everything, and they're not. It's not like they are making great effort for it. They're just up there. And so we don't see Thranduil as well in the Lord of the Rings. There are a lot of characters, obviously, that are introduced here, or kingdoms and everything, that we don't see in the Lord of the Rings because much like Radagast, there's no explanation really.
Yes.
Why he's not in the Lord of the Rings or everything. And there's a lot of things like that, like there are the two wizards. Where are they? What are they doing? Actually, even in the Tolkien books, the two other wizards are kind of left out. There's no notes about them at all.
Okay.
So he's just... Even Tolkien is just mentioning the other two wizards, and that's pretty much it. Okay. There's no story about them. We don't exactly know what the mission was. We don't exactly know... Well, we don't know at all what happened to them. Just in the game, Shadow of Mordor, I believe. This is a game. They are referenced, and you kind of learn things about them, but this is nothing that Tolkien himself wrote. These are just things that were developed for the games and everything. So yeah.
That's pretty much. I liked everything, like every movies. If I would have to choose one, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the second movie of The Hobbit.
As your favorite of them all?
Yes, okay. But I liked the second movie of The Lord of the Ring too. So okay. I liked everything. I just want to watch them again to just don't.
Okay.
But just don't think that we are finished to watch all the movies.
And your favorite character of everywhere?
It's very hard. Maybe Legolas or Gimli.
Okay. Favorite villain, because we've had quite some villains, you know, between the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Who would be your favorite?
Villain. Maybe Azog.
Azog?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he seems very mad and bad, and he has lots of anger, and even the fact that he's a hawk, but he's a higher hawk, like bigger and with a little bit of intelligence and things like that.
Yeah, he's even quite intelligent indeed. Favorite wizard?
Gandalf.
Okay. Thought it would have been a more obvious answer, because I mean, you can like Saruman or you can like Radagast, I mean, but I thought that these would have been a really much more obvious answer, I have to say. And yes, regarding Saruman, when we last see him, he says, "Leave Sauron to me." So people would think, most generally, that he's being honest at this moment. He's being honest about, let me deal with Sauron, I'm gonna beat him, you know. But obviously he gets turned along the 60 years that follow. But it is, in this movie, even the actor Christopher Lee did say in interviews that Saruman in these movies is good. Obviously it's kind of shady because they play on that, you know,
Yes.
They purposefully play on that. But in this movie, he is good, if you can say so. And there's a little thing in between Galadriel and Gandalf. You never know exactly what
Yes.
this is and everything. I like it, but it's...
Yes. You don't know if they are more than friendship.
Yeah, because you see Gandalf as an old guy and everything, but Galadriel is quite old as well, and Gandalf pretty much just has this appearance, but it's just an appearance that they've chosen when coming to Middle-earth, so it's they've known for so long and everything, but I like the relationship that they have. It's a relationship upon which they can count on. You know, he was in difficulty, she came. Well, pretty much whenever somebody's in difficulty, she comes. So, and yes, Galadriel does show that she's kind of the most powerful of the elves, because she's of that batch of elves that really come from the Undying Lands. She's the oldest of Elrond, Thranduil, all the elves that we've seen in the movie. She's not the oldest elf still alive, but yeah, she's one of the oldest elves around, and one of the purest, if there is such a thing. So that's pretty much it.
Yes.
If you have nothing else to say, I'm gonna shut my mouth.
No.
I'm gonna see you soon. Thank you very much for sticking with us. That was a fun ride.
Yes.
I as I'm recording this, you know, I haven't recorded any movie commentary and everything. I know I'm planning on doing a movie commentary of the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. I don't know if I'm going to do that with other movies of the franchise. I don't know yet if I'm going to be reacting to the Amazon series, like I said, but I am most interested into reacting to them. I am definitely going to watch the series, that's no doubt, so either I'm going to react to them on the channel or I'm going to do just a review. I don't know yet, but we're definitely going to be talking about this. I'm going to see you for another reaction. I don't know yet when we're going to see you back on the channel, because summer is coming to an end. You're going back somewhere, I'm going back somewhere, so that's going to be pretty much it. It was fun for me to have you discover this franchise, because this franchise is definitely one of my favorite ones. Oh, something I didn't mention. So, in terms of props and everything and collectibles, so I have the One Ring. I have Gandalf's staff that's just next to me, but I'm too lazy to pull it out. And so I told you that I told you also that I had one last prop. And this one is at your place, actually, in France. She doesn't know about it, but it's a miniature of the helm of the Witch King of Angmar, but not the one that you see in The Lord of the Rings, the one that you see in this movie.
Okay.
So that's just it.
Maybe I should
It's a limited edition of 750. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to see, it was very fun for me to have you share in this adventure.
For me too. It was very interesting to do something that I'm not just, I don't have really, I don't know how to say that, habitude.
You're not very used to.
I'm not very used to do that. It's just out of my comfort zone.
Reactions, yeah.
And I liked it. And I will happy to be there another time for another movies, another adventure, like you said. And we don't know, maybe one day.
It's not like it's never gonna happen again. It's just not now. Maybe around Christmas or next summer, most probably. So I'm gonna fare you well. I'm gonna see you for a new reaction soon. Until then, please take care. Have a nice life. Bye.